This May, Kingstree, South Carolina becomes a place of remembrance and reflection. Join us for a powerful two-day commemoration marking the 60th anniversary of Dr. Martin Luther King Jr.'s 1966 call to march on ballot boxes. Together, we honor the past, examine the promise, and shape the future. Friday, May 8th and Saturday, May 9th, 2026. For more information, contact C. Williams Rush at 803-397-1859.
Yeah, make sure you check that out. Also, again, May 8th and May 9th. May 9th is going to be a dedication to some HBCU presidents. Let me see if I can get that fly up here real fast. Again, welcome in and listen, y'all. Make sure you hit that like button, please. Been out of the algorithm for a little bit, so I need your help to help me get back on track here. If you're checking in over on YouTube, please make sure you hit that follow button, hit that like button. It does help out the program. Let's see, let's get this flyer up here. It's over here. I know it's over there. There it is. Okay. There we go. All right, and you see that on the screen. Let me get it where I can see it and read it to you. Again, join us at the Williamsburg County, and they got that. I can't hardly see that. But anyway, you see it on the screen. I'm going to share it on my page. Make sure you check that out right there. All right, let's back this up. Again, this is May 9th of this year, coming up here in about 2 weeks. So plan accordingly. Okay. Also, go ahead and especially vendors, go ahead and start getting your calendar made out. Here's the you know what it is. 4th of July, Bloomingville. Need I say more? You see the information right there. $75 for a vendor fee, which I think is excellent. Make sure you get out there. Also, they don't have it on the flyer here, but I'm going to be doing a piece honoring this brother, a couple brothers who served in the American Revolution. Because again, we're celebrating this year the 250th anniversary of the American Revolution. I heard some people talking today about the that new flag on the back of the back of the cars right now, and they were saying that it reminds them of the rebel flag, and it's sad if it does because I don't understand why it would, and it's also sad that your de facto setting is something negative all the time. So maybe you need to seek some counseling or whatever you need to do. But again, I will be doing a piece for the 4th of July on Thomas Carney, a brother who fought in some significant battles in the American Revolution. Again, we are celebrating the 250th anniversary of that this year. And yeah, so go ahead and get yourself ready to do that. Also, before I get started with this war report today, I would like to share this with you.
Get ready, Andrews. The Andrews Heritage Festival is coming October 31st. A day filled with community, culture, and celebration is on the way. Big energy, great people, and unforgettable moments. Save the date now and get ready.
Here it is right there, man. The biggest you know, one of the biggest events that happens in the town of Andrews annually, the Heritage Festival. Again, this year, October 30th, is going to be great, 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 great. Somebody should be planning a Halloween costume party, man. That'd be perfect right there to go along with that. But yeah, that's going to take place, and I'm looking forward to the town releasing some more information as far as who the act's going to be and basically how the program is going to play out. So we will stay tuned and keep an ear open for that. What else? I need to get some more business out of the way. Real fast. I think that's it right there. But anyway, all right, man. Let's talk about this war, right? And I want to share this with y'all off the top. Let me get this queued up right here. This video, not from there. It's actually on YouTube. And we're talking about the war in Iran. Remember, we're talking about the war in Iran. So I want to share this clip that just it was posted just a few minutes ago, and I'll let you see it for yourself here. As soon as I can get it on screen. All right, there he is, President Trump in the Oval Office, right there with J.D. Vance. The man to the far left, right over the Abraham Lincoln bust, is Huckabee. He's ambassador to Israel. And over here to the right of the screen, your screen, to Trump's left is Mark Rubio. To his right is J.D. Vance, and the man in the middle, I don't know who he is. But let's listen to what is said in this video, which blew my mind. Here we go.
We're going to extend the ceasefire for 3 weeks that's already in place between Israel and Lebanon. Of course, it wouldn't have happened without the president's direct engagement. The fact that you have these leaders of different countries coming together for the first time, they came together in the Oval Office, and they came together because of energetic diplomacy, of course, led by the President of the United States. So I think it's a big moment for the world. It's a big moment for our country, but just very proud to be a part of it. So thank you, sir, for making it happen.
Thank you very much, J.D.
Thank you, Mr. President, for hosting this. Actually, you know, the president wanted to be personally involved, and I'm glad he was, because it made it possible to get this extension. And it gives everybody time to continue to work on what's going to be a permanent peace between two countries that want to be at peace. Both are victimized by the same terrorist organization, a terrorist organization that no doubt has victimized Israel, but has also victimized the people of Lebanon. The people of Lebanon deserve to live in a country that's peaceful and prosperous. They have an opportunity to do that. They have a history of that. And what's standing in the way is an organization that operates, a terrorist organization that operates within their national territory, that threat needs to be eliminated.
The people of Lebanon, the people.
All right, so I thought we were at war with Iran. I didn't even know that there was a damn war going on with Lebanon. Like, I'm confused right now. I'm seriously confused right now. Like, what is this about? Like, and then they just throw this word terrorist around. Like, you know,
people of Israel are neighbors, and they want to get along. They can get along. But it's like neighbors who have a rough little kid living in the neighborhood who keeps throwing rocks at everybody's window.
All right, so that's Mike Huckabee, whatever Huckabee is. Let's finish this up.
And if the kid will quit throwing rocks, the neighbors can get along and start actually working together.
Israel wants peace with Lebanon, and Israel wants security for its citizens. We're united with the Lebanese government.
I don't believe that. I do not believe that at all.
And
I don't think any of the men up there believe what they're saying.
To rid the country of this malign influence called Hezbollah. And now that, Mr. President, under your leadership, Iran has been so degraded, the possibility of degrading Hezbollah and liberating Lebanon from their occupation is
Degraded or defeated? Which one? Is that the same thing?
real. So we hope that together under your leadership, we can formalize peace between Israel and Lebanon in the very near future.
Anyway, I don't want to hear no more of this foolishness because, again, I thought we were supposed to be at war with Iran. That's what they sold to the American people, and it's bullshit that they sold that we were sold on. Let's talk about where we stand right now. Because remember, the American people were not sold this as some long, drawn out Middle Eastern entanglement. They were not told, I should say, that this was going to be another open-ended conflict like Iraq and Afghanistan with shifting timelines, moving goalposts, and military escalations that keep getting explained after the fact. The interview that you just watched. Again, I had no idea that we were at war with Lebanon. I thought it was Iran. But apparently, while we're doing Israel's work in Iran, they're doing work in Lebanon. Again, all funded by who? Just check the numbers. Just check the numbers. We were told that this war would be quick. Trump said that the U.S. could end this war with Iran within 2 or 3 weeks. Reuters reported back on March 31st that he said the United States could conclude this military campaign within that window, and that Iran did not necessarily need to make a deal to end the war. His stated goal was to severely cripple Iran's capabilities, especially around the nuclear weapons. But now look at where we are. We're not talking like this thing is over. We're talking about ceasefires, extensions, stalled talks, ships being seized in the Strait of Hormuz, ships under threat in the Strait of Hormuz, the U.S. Navy being ordered to respond with lethal force against Iranian boats accused of mining activity. AP reported that Trump ordered the U.S. Navy to shoot and kill Iranian small boats deploying mines in the Strait of Hormuz, one of the most important oil and gas shipping lanes in the world. We all know this because 20% of the world's oil and gas comes through the Strait of Hormuz. So my simple question is, if this was supposed to be over in 2 to 3 weeks, why are we still watching the war expand into sea lanes, into Lebanon, obviously, into shipping routes, and into another round of peace talks? Let me tell you what I believe is happening. I don't believe that these peace talks are just about peace. I believe these peace talks are also about time to reposition, time to reload, time to replenish, time to assess damage, time to see what Iran still has left, time to see what Israel still needs. I think that's probably one of the most important things. And time for the United States to get its forces ships, interceptors, missiles, supply lines back in order. That does not mean that diplomacy is fake. Okay, I'm not suggesting that. Diplomacy can be real and still serve a military purpose. A pause in fighting can be a pathway to peace, but it also can be a battlefield timeout. And that's what the American people need to understand. A ceasefire is not always symbolizes the end of the war. Sometimes a ceasefire is just both sides going back to their respective corner, catching their breath, counting their ammo, checking their wounds, and getting ready for round two. And that's why Trump's words and his language matters so much. At first, it was confidence. Oh, it was quick. It was just 2 weeks. We're gonna have this done. It was clean. It's gonna be the best military thing ever. It was 2 or 3 weeks. It was we can end this. You know what I mean? Now Reuters is reporting that Trump's is saying, "Hey, don't rush me," because he want a long-term peace agreement, saying that don't rush him to get a deal. He needs to be able to take as much time as he can so he can get a lasting peace deal, is what he says. Okay, that's what he's saying. At least that's what he's saying in public. He also acknowledged that Iran may have restocked during this 2 weeks. I mean, why wouldn't they? What do you think? They're just going to sit there and just not? I mean, how do you think they survived to this point? While claiming the U.S. could neutralize those capabilities quickly. You're saying that they reloaded and that you can neutralize them. Well, why haven't you? Why hasn't this happened there yet? It's just something you gotta ask. Just something you gotta ask. Again, he acknowledged the fact that, hey, Iran could be doing this here, and then he also saying that he could knock them out. Now, what I need you to do right now is hold on a second. And again, the whole point of this thing is, do you think they're just gonna sit by during their ceasefire and just not reload? If Iran may have restocked during the ceasefire, then we need to be honest enough to say the same thing could be true about the American side too. That's all I'm saying. That is the war. That's what pauses in war do. They allow both sides to reset. So when they stand in front of the cameras and say peace talks, I want the public to listen carefully, because behind the diplomatic language, there may be military strategy, military math going on. How many missiles are left? How many interceptors do have been used? How many aircraft need maintenance? How many ships do we need? How many ships need to be repositioned in the area? How much political cover is left. And they're also gauging how you and I are talking about this. Again, how long before the public starts asking, wait a minute, I thought you said this was supposed to be over already. And that's where we stand right now. The war that was sold as short is no longer sounding short. The mission that was sold as decisive is no longer sounding complete. The president who talked about ending the war quickly is now talking about taking his time. And the American people have every right to ask, was 2 weeks ever real? Was that ever a real military strategy? No, I know some people who already said mission creep off the top. That was never a real military estimate, or, I mean, what it was political salesmanship. Because wars don't run on campaign slogans, my people. Wars do not care about press conference confidence. Wars do not care about politicians saying we are ahead of schedule. Once them bombs start falling, once ships start moving, once oil routes start getting threatened, once soldiers are deployed, once missiles are fired, the war gets its own appetite. And that appetite always wants more. So tonight, my projection is this. These peace talks may not simply be about ending a war. They may be about buying time before the next phase of it. That's what I think. And if this is true, then the American people need to stop listening to the sales pitch and start watching the pattern, because 2 weeks has already turned into something much, much, much bigger. And it may all just be a deflection and a distraction from what we already know. Get in the comment section. Tell me what you think.
Get ready, Andrews. The Andrews Heritage Festival is coming October 31st. A day filled with community, culture, and celebration is on the way. Big energy, great people, and unforgettable moments. Save the date now and get ready.